Hello everybody and welcome back to Hearts of Iron, where I think that Syria is just going to persistently be a problem for us. Like, I don't know what we can possibly do about this independence promised thing. It seems like it shouldn't be in there like 300 times, but you know what? We can deal with persistent rebellions over here. It's not that big of a deal. So let's take a look at the overall state of the alliances, shall we? So we've got this going on. And it was pointed out to me, I completely neglected to notice this before, but it was pointed out to me, these areas exist, and they are part of the American Union. We need to deal with this. So what's our current naval situation down here? We've actually got naval supremacy over the South Georgia Sea, so this is great as is. I wonder if they even have these manned. I'm going to try something potentially kind of dumb here, but if we fail, we only lose a single garrison unit. I'm just going to do this. And he can go in like 3 days. And then from there, we can go invade over here. I'm not sure that they have any troops here. So, no, I don't want to delete that. I'm not sure that they have any troops here, so I think we may be able to just get rid of them. If so, that would be amazing. We can get rid of some presence over here. We absolutely want to continue pushing in over here, get rid of these guys as well. Now, as far as the status of this push is going, it's not tremendous. We're definitely short on manpower over here. That said, we have over 100,000 manpower right now. That shouldn't be the case once we tick, though. Yeah, that dropped to like 60k. Fair enough. So that'll send some manpower over here, I'm sure, but there are other locations that also need the manpower. We do have free military factories, but honestly, we don't really have the resources to put them to work. Wait a second, we have a surplus of steel. I am utterly shocked. This is the first time that this has been the case this entire game. Okay, so we are going to toss some military factories into the advanced artillery here. In fact, we're going to do something like this. So much for our surplus of steel. We also have some free dockyards. How many do we have free? We can see quite a lot. The major problem with dockyards is A, they require additional steel, which we don't really have. And B, once they finish construction, they need manpower to launch it. I mean, it makes sense, right? But we have a manpower problem. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So we do not have the air supremacy over here to finish this currently. They are moving a number of planes in over here. Oh, hello. We have full air supremacy right now. In that case, we're going to clean these guys up. Okay. Now we are working on invading Isle of Man, and it looks to me like there's absolutely no one there. So this naval invasion may be fine to send with just a single unit. I'm going to try pulling this unit out of this army and telling him, just go. As soon as you can. Here in 3 days. No, I don't want to delete that. I want to deselect. And then these guys, they'll be able to start thinking about an invasion down over here instead. So we're going to remove their orders, and we're going to tell them maybe Cork would be a good invasion point. Let's look at this layout here. So go from like Liverpool over to Cork. And take like that. Go ahead and execute that once you're ready to do it, but that's going to take 101 days. That's okay. We're not too concerned about that right now. Okay, let's check the status of Europe. This looks great. Once we get this cleaned up, and there's also this up here. This is what, Shetland? Faroe. I can never remember. But yeah, that's Faroe Islands, and we'll have to take that as well. But once we have that, then that's great. And we can maybe go up to Greenland and use that as a staging area to attack from the north. That's a potential option. Now, as far as the Asian front goes, we are absolutely being pushed back here. There's no doubt about that. We're really making them pay for it. But yeah, you can really see that's getting rough. That said, they're going to have a hard time pushing back to here. But I want to build... This is actually fairly high priority for me. I'm going to control shift click to max build at beginning of queue. And we're going to create a second fallback line here, just in case. Because I have a feeling that if these forts fall, which I don't necessarily believe that they will, and this is all behind a lake, but I have a feeling that if these forts fall, we might see some significant land loss, and I would rather not see that. So we're going to build all of these, and they're not going to be hugely impactful. We're going to make that done first. We're also going to finish repairing in Cuba. But I just want to fortify this over here a little bit more. We also need reinforcements over here. There's no doubt about that, and we're going to be sending those in as soon as we can. We're going to go ahead and proceed here and see how these invasions end up going. In theory, they should be launching tomorrow-ish. Tomorrow-ish is the correct day. So this one should be launching momentarily. Yeah. Is it going? You can go whenever. Are we lacking the naval supremacy? We are. Ah, I see. These guys are on a multiple patrol. So once they get back, then we'll launch it. Sounds good. Oh, actually, we're going now. Through the no naval supremacy, which is surprising, but okay. Feels like that shouldn't be possible. But yeah, we don't see any enemies here, so we're just going to take this. Yoink. Fantastic. And now we will delete this. This is controlled by the Argentine League. Fair enough. That's these guys up here. And then we're going to attempt a naval invade from here over to here. Excellent. We'll confirm that and tell them, go ahead and do that as soon as they're done. Now, as far as this over here goes, we did successfully take this, so we will delete that. And then we will... Here's the thing. If this is undefended, we don't need this many troops. We can send simply 4 units. This guy I'm going to move into here. And we're going to delete this order. These 4 are going to naval invade from Liverpool to Cork. Like this. They are going to secure this, and then we will move in our other troops behind. These guys are all going to move, well, I think it's fine, ultimately. Okay. So these guys will be ready to go in 14 days rather than over 100 days. So that should be good. As far as this over here goes, this guy, he will be ready to go soon enough. And he'll execute that as soon as he's ready. In theory. Ace pilot promoted. Great. How are we doing on our steel? Minus 84. I'm not shocked. Senegal has capitulated. Ooh, look at that. I like it. Okay, these guys absolutely need to get assigned over to Asia. So off they go. Hopefully they make it. And let's go ahead and do a little bit of nuking over here. We do have this unit here, or rather this province here, that is under our control. but we don't have any troops in. I'm willing to bet some of these are moving there. Yeah. So we're rearranging right now. That's fine. Kaboom. Fantastic. What is this? The sovereign state of Guinea wants to join our faction. Where are these guys? I mean, we're going to allow it. But where are they? That's these guys. That is very useful to us, because that actually makes it so that we don't have to naval invade this. I love it. I'm not going to call them in until we have this crushed. That does, however, mean that these guys need to extend their front line down to here. Wonderful. You retreating? Yes. I'm going to nuke here. And that should be fine. We are naval invading down over here to South Georgia. Wonderful. We'll need to clean these up as well. And when is this naval invade over here going to launch? It was like 14 days. Yeah, they've got another week. Okay. These guys, once again, they have to go over to our Asian front. We need to reinforce that. There's no doubt about this. Because this is rough. This is very rough over here. We're heavily outnumbered on this front, and we need to clear up these fronts over here. There's no doubt there. But this will be cleared fairly soon, so that's wonderful. I'm willing to bet that they don't actually have anyone up in the Faroe Islands, so what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to tell this guy to naval invade from where he's at up to here. And he can go ahead and execute that. Do we have any naval supremacy up there, though? We don't. So, to that end, I'm going to take these guys and tell them to also go into the Norwegian Sea. Okay. Hopefully that'll deal with it. I'm not 100% on that. They actually do have troops over here. That's good to know. Or troop, anyway. Okay, they have multiple troops. We know that now. Good to know. So this guy's heading back over here. That's fine for now. As far as this goes, we are going to continue to nuke. Perfect. We're going to need more nukes, though. We don't have the air superiority now. It'll probably come back in a bit, but that'll be fine. Let's double check that we haven't had any rebellions. Okay, that looks good. Okay. These guys, they're going to be ready to go now, in fact. So, what we're going to do at this point, we're going to assign those into this force. And we're going to give this force a front line here. And they're going to have an offensive line that is basically just this. Kind of hate this, but okay. Actually, you know what? I am going to delete that. We're going to have it be like that. For now. And they can go ahead and execute that. These guys will take some time to make their way over, and we don't expect to be able to withstand these infantry templates with these units, but that'll be fine for now. We are launching our invasion of the Faroe Islands, so that's great to see. You guys gonna head on over? Oh, there's no naval base here in Cork. I assumed that there was. I just assumed. Coastal victory point. I shouldn't have, but I assumed that. These American units don't appear to be responding. Now they are. We may end up losing these guys. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Land fort level here is 10. 0, 0, 0. Okay. Well, we'll see if they let this happen. It's kind of on them. We've got the Faroe Islands under control. So that's wonderful. Just grab those. There we go. And we'll move them back into this force. And they are assigned here. Perfect. Yeah, this is bad. We're going to need to contract back to Cork. We're going to head on over. We are starting to win this at this point, but I'm going to yield this territory. I want to be able to retreat everyone to Cork if necessary. This is fine as far as a beachhead goes, as far as I'm concerned. They're not attacking Cork, which is very important to us. And we did hold here. Yeah, they're going to take this. I'm fine with this. These guys, they're going to definitely head over to the Asian front. Any troops that get... trying again. He's trying again. We may want to assign a number of these over to this order. But we can't assign them right now. Well, actually, we may be able to if we were to do this. And then assign them in. We're going to keep trying this, but we're going to throw more troops at it later. Okay, I'm much more comfortable with this. And hopefully we get this naval base finished. That would be a very, very handy thing indeed to do. How are we doing over here? We clearly need additional nukes, but we don't have the air supremacy right now. They're not performing their mission, apparently. Okay. Maybe they can't reach. That said, have these air bases been rebuilt? They have. Get down here. That's much better in terms of reach. Okay. So those repairs have happened. That's great to see. Unfortunately, this is an enormous air zone. And these guys are not performing their missions or are not able to overcome enemy air superiority. Okay. Are they set to only raid in the day or sometime? Or something? Let's see here. Missions are executed day and night. Okay. We can actually base them out of this base now that these guys have come into our faction. And that will be an even better location for them. Okay. We're losing this attack here. We would love to nuke this, but we're moving reinforcements in. Yeah. So we'll keep an eye on that. As far as these guys go over here, nobody's assigned to this. I want to select all of these and assign all 6 divisions to this. Okay. We're holding in Cork, which is still shocking. I'm surprised they're letting us do this. Looks like they're bombing Cuba super hard. I'm going to actually not focus on repairing those. I'm shocked they haven't invaded Cuba. We have 1 unit there. Like, utterly, completely shocked. What do we have over here for air supremacy? I mean, these guys aren't doing much. But then again, the opposition isn't very much either. Okay, let's check in on our air war situation over here. 62.3%. We do have more fighters than they do at this moment. That's great. That attrition is working there. As far as Asia goes, It is getting harder for them to push in. This is potentially a big issue, though. Right here. If they cut this off, I mean, that will shorten our line. There's no doubt about that. Okay. But we're going to take losses if they cut that off. They're still allowing us to construct in Cork. This is very foolish of them. They should not be allowing this. 26 January. So 5 more days. I like it. As far as this goes, these guys are actually going for it. Just kind of repeatedly. We might want to have a fleet over here. Well, these are destroyers. I was going to say we might want to have a fleet doing some naval invasion support, but they can't really get very much for supplies over here in theory, though. So we can probably take it through attrition eventually. They are attacking Cork now. So this is delaying this, but we're holding. And it's building again. So it's now 28 January due to their attack. It's 97% done. And that is a level 1 naval base here. And here comes the cavalry. Not literally, we don't have cavalry, but here comes the main force. Fantastic. So they will arrive, and the question is, what are supplies like in this situation? Surprisingly, non-terrible. We have 13 supply flow, and that's just going to get better. So in we go. Boom. Yeah, we're fine here, supply-wise. Our reinforcements have arrived. We're going to have a hard time dislodging these guys, but actually it's not looking that bad. We kind of have that under control. How are things going down here in Senegal? Looks kind of stalematey, but we can nuke, and so we shall. I'm going to nuke here as well, because they have troops moving there. What's this guy set to? Balanced? Go aggressive. So these guys are now retreating. We're going to nuke here. Kaboom! And another one. And another one. Okay. At this time, we actually can't attack over this. I did not realize that. I did not realize this was impassable. If this is impassable, then the original setup was correct. And we should not frontline this. Oh, the reason we can't attack from here is that these guys aren't called into the war. They won't accept. But I guess we'll allow it for now. We'll have to push in here. And we did. We did push in here. And now we'll have to push in here. We can go ahead and drop a couple nukes. Magnificent. We have unassigned divisions. These have to go over to the Asian front. This is very important that we keep troops over here. These guys are going to get wiped unless we can get them out. We'll start building naval bases here and see if we can get that done. And then hopefully we'll be able to extract these guys. All we need is a single level 1 naval base. We'll keep an eye on this. But they have no supplies over here. We knew this was going to be a problem, and I probably should have started building this naval base earlier. Okay. Ireland is falling. And is not going to last too much longer. Fantastic. The remnants of Senegal are definitely falling as well. Everybody, get in here. We're going to drop a nuke as well, just to help out. Kaboom. That was a big stack wipe. Wow. Okay. Well, that was stack wipes all around. I love it. So there's that dealt with. They're trying to bring in additional troops, it would seem. But these guys can now be reoriented over here. Now, these guys are not in the war, so we can't actually do this, technically speaking. I want to frontline them. Or not frontline, offensive line them. And their offensive line will be simply to come in like that. Okay. So we need to get these guys into the war. And how do we go about doing that? They have dangerous borders against the enemies. Yeah, we're going to man that border for you. Like, we've got that. We're on the way. Maybe once we get there, they'll be more willing. Hopefully. I also want to step up our recruitment. Yeah, this is going to hurt our manpower, but we clearly need additional recruitment. So we'll go ahead and get started on that. How are we doing on our manpower growth? 56k. Okay. Let's check in over here. Okay. Well, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. In next episode, we're going to see if we can get these guys on out of here. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I'll see you all next time. You can stop. Thanks.